Hello again, everybody. It's still Christmas time. This is what I call Christmas Monday. It's the two substitute days for you get Saturday and Sunday as ordinary. And then, of course, a lot of people are still off. They're still off with the Christmas, but I'm just going up to check on something here. Just go to check. Yeah, sure. I was wanting to move on, but we kind of move on towards the new year yet because we're still on Christmas. From Wednesday, we'll certainly have moved on towards the new year. But we're still doing Christmas, you see, so we're still stuck here. It's an extra 2 days holidays they've got this year, which is not extra because it's for Christmas Day and Boxing Day because they had the Saturday and Sunday as normal. Hmm. That didn't confuse things. We've still got plenty of stuff left from the Christmas. We've got plenty of videos left. We tried yesterday hard to use up all the ones that were pre-Christmas. 12 days to Christmas and things like that. So now we're left with. We did mention some of the others, but we're now going to do a longer show for you today. But it's getting a bit spaced out now, and well, certainly by tomorrow we might fix it. We might swing towards the new year tomorrow, I think. Well, I don't know. We'll see what we've got. We haven't got a lot in for the new year yet. So here we go, and here we go, and here we go again. And yes, that's interesting. We've got Billy, Big Mouth Billy Bass. Well, that's what he calls him, just Big Mouth Billy Bass. I think I would like to get back to the normal way of putting them up because, oh Lord, you don't get as many. You'll not get everybody. You'll not get why we opened it up is because couldn't get everybody on. So we got Andrew's side videos, the Big Mouth Billy Bass. And of course, I put them all up on the playlist. And of course, with them being many, many, many hundreds, 500, I think, up at the Christmas show now, and that's not counting a day. On this list, there's about another 300 and odd left. And got new ones coming in all the time. And so Sherlock's entry for the day is a Jemmy NFL sharing hamster. It's a Green Bay Packers. GQ 1995. And the videos will be up on the playlist. This will go on the Christmas playlist as well. Call this one, William, Christmas Monday. It's just the third in the series. And there possibly is tomorrow, so we'll see what's left over tomorrow. All right, we move on past the show. That's Billy and Sherlock's done there. Sherlock's all round here. I've just seen them before. Yes, they are there. And Billy jumped back in the ocean. The bear's over there. He's asleep. Well, he hasn't commenced his work yet, till later in the year. So we're going to move ahead now with the videos, which we have done, Billy's and Sherlock's entries. And we now move on to some of these are fairly new ones, and some of them were left over from the park. We start with Halloween Seas, Peekaboo Penny. Head flies off. I seen that one. Yeah, that was quite a nice one. Just a short one. Halloween C with peekaboo. Penny's head flies off. And you can see it on the video. We've got ONKTB, Jimmy Cowbell playing Santa. Yes, still got some Santas around, including me, so we'll wait till we get rid of the Santas. I would sort this after tomorrow. So ONKTB known as Jimmy Cowbell playing Santa. And then we've got the Jimmy Lover doing the 2001 Baltimore Ravens Rockin' Randall Review. And then we've got Tones Animatronics and more. M3 Master Moves, Mickey All Commercials Compilation. That's a Mickey Mouse. Then we got Darth Vader Halloween with his Inferno Reaper. That's the edited demo. Up next we got the Merry World 12. Double unboxing. Jimmy Air-blown inflatable little toy soldiers. Double because there's two of them. I'll see them on the thumbnail there. And then we got Clown Zoid with the wacky mole Mimi. And put all these up on the playlist for you so you can see them. And got E-Coop's videos next with the animated three-faced jester in-store demo. Home Depot 2021. That's E-Coop's videos. And E-Coop's videos also does the Wacky Mole in-store demo, Spirit of Halloween. And then we move on to the Rock of Fire Boy, Billy Bob's Wonderland. Yeah. And good size video. And Billy Bob, he also does Billy Bob's Wonderland remolding. So that's the Rock of Fire Boy on that one as well. The Bean does Enter Dance Man, sitting at his desk, just like me, in front of his map of the world, wondering why he's going to go on his O's. Bean does Enter Dance Man, but sometimes he might not go. He takes on a collapse. That's his next one, Take on Collapse. And then we turn to Rocky 867 with his telco creations. Mr. Everett Green singing Christmas Tree or being overhauled. And we got Noella Patricia turning up, a singer. And in her homage, Essie Marcy Abria, Noella Patricia. And there she is with a guitar. And she's on the William live show still. It's not actually, it's still a live show, but of course it's, this part of the show is called William Christmas Monday. And we got Noella Patricia again with Tenor Historia Cum Voce. Noella Patricia. And then we come to Carrie Warburton. She's sitting there with mixed emotions. It's an original song by Carrie Warburton. And we got Carrie Warburton again. She Will Be Loved. Yeah, this is a Maroon 5 cover. by Carrie Warburton. And then we move to Animatronic Zone, still doing the 25 Days of Christmas, but I put it up because of Jimmy's drumming nutcracker, which we wanted to see. And Animatronic Zone again, we still was doing his 25 Days of Christmas when we received this the other day. Jimmy Snowflake spinning snowman, Let It Snow, in the charts with Dean Martin, or as somebody calls him, Dean Martian. That's Animatronic Zone. Showbiz Cheese, Cheesy Street, Audio Show Tapes, Chuck E. Cheese's, Pizza Time Theatre. That's a good long video, is that? Of 116 plus. And we have Showbiz Cheese with Lend a Hand, Chuck E. Cheese, Studio C, Animatronics. Back to the Animatronic Zone again with his 25 Days of Christmas. Jimmy Hip swinging saxophone Sunday. Then we turned in Showbiz No Cal, Halloween Fall of 2021 show, Gotta Be Halloween, Interruption, Chuck E. Cheese, Dublin, California. Showbiz No Cal. We move on to JMB, 11 Collections, with Jimmy Present Spinning Grinch Unboxing. We got Joe P. with Jimmy Prototype Pop Culture, Greg Brady, Animated Doll That Never Happened. So that's the doll that never happened. It was a pop culture of Greg Brady. He never happened, did he? We go back to the Jimmy Animatronic Collector. Animated belly opening snowman. PAC, baby. Gotta send the clown Honda. Got to send the clown Honda. His home debut for 2021. It does the Inferno Reaper demo. Miscellaneous Joe, Stop That Boy. I see the picture of the boy sitting there. Joe P. Up next, Jimmy animated Big Mouth Billy Bass concept for the next generation in June 2001. Got the Animatronic Collector Dude, Spirit of Halloween, and Henry Hustle. You've also got Jimmy, a prototype Big Mouth Billy Bass, the early version before it was a bass, and that's Joe P. And then you've got the Jimmy animated sidestepper Snoopy and sweater, with his sweater, plus he's added blue LEDs. That's the Jimmy repair guy. No need to call him up, he's on his Christmas holidays. And when I say you've got them, what I mean is, I put these up on the playlist for you. I'll be on the playlist waiting for you. Together with the stream. And the Christmas Day stream and the Boxing Day bash. My turn to Joe P again. Got his dandy Christmas animated Empire's Penguin. And he's singing 3 different songs. One for me, one for Sherlock's, and one for Joe P. Very nice. And the singing one for you as well. The Jimmy Repair guy comes next. He's not working at Christmas because he's low. He's got a low pitch. Spinning snowflake, snowman, but he's fully restored. And I've got Barrington, honestly, too. Bras. Fats is back and read the disc. And then we've got Jake, the Jimmy Collector. He's doing a wacky mole clown. Demo got a backlight, with backlight. Then we've got the Jimmy Trumpet Elf. This is from Holiday Studios. So Holiday Studios there. So the next one going through is Jimmy Addiction. Woody Spirit Halloween Executioner. Jimmy Addiction. And the next one is the Jimmy Repair guy again. Got sound and light animated snow globe snowman. A Jimmy Repair guy. Then we've got Snow Business, Home Depot and CBS Jimmy 2019 Spinning Snowflake Snowman. From Snow Business. The next one on Snow Business is the Singing Pumpkins test for 2019. You might say, why are these up? Well, these are up because these are left from the Christmas. Even though we've done 2 Christmas shows, they didn't really get spotlighted much, so we're doing them today. Got the animatronic Earth, Department 56, Mini Dancing Santa. He's next. And got the animatronic Zone with the Jimmy trombone dancers. I got the full collection. And there you all are on the video thumbnail. Seems to be a lot of them, maybe a dozen or so. And then we've got Randy Unshore. Randy Unshore. And he's, of course, is foreign. He's in German. He's big wiggle shisha, well Manchur, singing interactive Christmas carolers. Ascend the Clown Haunter. Spirit of Halloween 21. Stalk Tour. Headless Jack W. Wraith. Michael Myers Head. And more. The Haunt Prowler. This is new for 21. Spirit of Halloween. Baphomet life-sized Halloween prop. And still with the Haunt Prowler. Spirit of Halloween 2021 short video. Oh, and again the Hound Prowler. Party City Giggles the Clown, unboxing and demo. We turn now to SJC Entertainment. They've got a short video about updates and whatnot. And we move on to Jimmy Addiction. Spirit of Halloween, Tormented Zombie. Just a short video. And then Jimmy Addiction's got the Spirit of Halloween, Hannibal Lecter. And then he's got his life-size butler, Jimmy Addiction. And then he's got his fat butler, Jimmy Addiction. We did try and give some a mention yesterday, but they just really got a mention, so a bit longer for them today. Jimmy Christmas Vacation Car. That's from Holiday Studios. Ed McCoy, Crazy Ride, YTP, as he calls him, and his no good sidekicks embark on a journey to the Tower of Death's Reaction. So that's Ethan McCoy. And Ethan McCoy again. Was my part good? Swag, Pikachu, just a dose of toxic waste. And that's his official audio reaction to his video. And Hornsilla. Up next, Rosemary animatronic demo, Spirit of Halloween. Wyatt the Scarecrow, the Halloween Haunter, checking out the neighborhood's Halloween decorations. Oh. And Willow loves Halloween. And Jimmy Industries' Groove and Ghoulies Mummy from Walmart 2014. And the animatronic zone, Enter Factory Santa with a reindeer acrobat. David Otis, update part of My Name is David. Update part for My Name is David. David Otis. Just a short update. And then we go to the Holiday Studios, a random stop motion video. And then the Holiday Studios again with another random stop motion video. And then David Otis with the new roster again. That's David Otis. And then someone's going to do a song. I haven't had him really up on a singer's list because you only got this song. D.B. Cooper's going to do Flying High, an original song. Got his guitar ready there. That's D.B. Cooper. Christmas hangout, I wonder where he's hanging out. By you many I go the butler. Looks like he's getting his wine. And then in his next video, for sale, Jimmy presents a spinning Grinch, half working. So I'll be messing about with that. And then in his next video, he's got the Spirit of Halloween 2012, Mean Old Gramps, animatronic demo. Go check the Jimmy Collector, Jimmy 2019-20, doorbell, eyeball doorbell, demo. Then we go check the Jimmy Collector again, with 2021 item has the spinning present Grinch audio. And then we turn to ATGC, Bad to the Bone. was an old George Thorogood and a destroyer song. But what it means is the fish has been stripped of the bones. Clean his bones, put them back in a box and sell them as bones. Bad to the bone. And from ATGC again, Jemmy Snowflake Spinning Snow Woman. Instrumental. And from Dominic Schmidt, this video is for Cyrus. Hey, mad. And from Mine 757, a second spirit trip of 2020. And from Mr. Snow Collector, doing a wacky mole clown. Other ones that he does, Mr. Snow Collector, is the snowflake spinning snowman. And he also does the snowflake spinning snowman and the hip swinging Santa, all in one video. So you got 3 videos there. And see all these videos on the William Christmas Monday. And that's on the William Christmas party list. Because we didn't quite finish it. So we continued with it. And now we're going to Holiday Time Productions, because this is Holiday Time. Custom made Frosty the Snowman duet. And the same Holiday Time Productions. Jimmy Prototype Message. Fans. Snowman. And then we've got the Gourmet Race Better Mix. But that one's from Randy Lent, I think. You got the World One full album from Gizzy Gullis, or what do you call it? He calls himself. And then we go to Squeaker Busters too. The story of the Undertale, a bit, 8-bit, and the Squeaker Busters too with Anti-Cass. Checks your browser history. And the Squeaker Busters too with Out of Touch Tale. Any Awesome Boy 201 X Savage. When you win the gang war that you provoked. And there he is on there. It just says 40 seconds to get away. And then Awesome Boy 201 X is second video. The official Josh Wayne Discord server. And then back to the music with Noella Patricia, Omar, Cortina, Noella Patricia. And then we go to Darth Vader Halloween. Your deco has been completed. Happy Halloween. And almost my Christmas show is almost being completed, but it hasn't been completed till after today. But any that we do find still left over, we'll put them up tomorrow. And Darth Vader Halloween unboxing a new Grave Raver. And there he is. And we go to Jimmy, animatronic collector. Jimmy 3-piece band of elves. But the singer got trashed, so he's only got 2 left. And then we've got the demo mode, Santa's Best Musical Animation, Elvis Presley Gold Lame Suite Edition. That's from the Merry Wolf 12. The Merry Wolf 12. And of course, we got another one from the Merry World 12, 217, re-uploaded, Jimmy Halloween, unlimited, Freddy Cat review. And there he is, he's got. We got Randy Unshaw with a Jimmy prototype, tinsel, singing, dancing reindeer. And we got Randy Unshaw with the Pan-Asians creation, singing, dancing, life-size Santa. It's a German exclusive. We've got Randy Unshaw again with the Airborne. Animated, rising, singing snowman scene. We've got the Horned Prowler coming up next. With the Spirit of Halloween, Harvester of Souls, life-sized Halloween prop with the fog machine. And then we got the Spirit of Halloween, Uncle Charlie doll. And that was Horned Prowler. And so now we move on to the Zombie, the X. Unboxing Chocolate Bunny. We're going to making chocolate milk on his second video. Zombie X. And Zombie X comes up for a third video, and his video says, tomorrow is my birthday, sorry for the cringe. And sorry for the cringe, Zombie X, because it might have been a month ago, I don't know. He was at the bottom of the park. I just found him. Probably on his site. Dr. Halloween comes up with Lantern Jack demo. Dr. Halloween is here again with his second video, Crouchy Doll review. We then turn to SJC Entertainment. The Oddballs animatronics sing Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. Shorts from the SJC Entertainment. We got Clown Zoid, Spirit of Halloween store clips. Clown Zoid also doing the Omega Charlie. And ain't that funny? Clown Zoid doing Omega Charlie twice. His next one should be Clown Zoid doing the display footage. Yeah, I knew he was doing another one. Yes, Clown Zoid doing twitching. You see, last week couldn't get him up a lot, I got him up one or two times. His other videos, you see, were left behind at the bottom of the list. Halloween C comes up next. I think I started with him. Unboxing setup of the Swamp Zombie. But everybody that's left on the list will get up to there. Halloween C with the unboxing of Zombie Bait. And then he comes again, Halloween C with my huge 2021 Christmas display. And then comes Ethan McCoy. What is going on? YTP, a dragon who doesn't know how to help in the Crystal Empire. And that's the reaction. And the Jimmy Master animatronics, meet the new GMA member, Taylor Clapback. Introduction. Taylor Clapback is quite new, but she came to us virtually at Christmas, so it was much too late. We have done her over the last couple of days, but we didn't kind of get too much from her. We'll have to have another look. We'll put that one by. We've got Taylor Clapback for today. He's back, she says. New for 2021, the big mouth Billy Bass, the singing sensation. Now, Billy might have putting it up like it might have been a type of thing he put up. But we'll see. And then we move on to Pan-Asian Creations Animated Storytelling Santa Claus Demo. And that's from Taylor Clapback, offering for today. Then we got the Jimmy Repair Guy, Snowflake Spinner on a 12 volt. Some of them did get a mention yesterday, I think most of them, but they're still left here on the list. The list was huge yesterday, had 715. The list says I'm down to 308 at the moment. But I've done some by now, so. The Jimmy Repair Guy, Jimmy animated Mini Frosty the Snowman with a snowflake. 2010 model, that's with Snowflake, of course. And I was the Jimmy Repair Guy. And animatronic zone, you got the Dandy, animatronic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. GQ 1995 got the Cheering Hamster, Detroit Lions, and he's also got the Cheering Hamster with the Baltimore Ravens in different colours. Got Eric the Fish Guy, newly discovered the snowflake spinning snowman knockoffs, and Eric the Fish Guy with the Sound and Light Walgreens animated reindeer duo for 21. And Eric the Fish Guy coming in again with new for 2021, the Pan-Asian Creations remake Storytelling Santa. And Eric the Fish Guy coming in again, Sound and Light Walgreens animated polar bear this time and penguin duo, new for 21. And Eric the Fish Guy, Billy Bass can do the three battery things. And GQ 1995, Jimmy Mini Santa Snowman. And Ethan McCoy, When the Music is Trash. And the animatronics Dude Collector, or Collector Dude, Spirit of Halloween Store to number 2. And the animatronics Collector Dude, Spirit of Halloween Beetlejuice. And Hornchilla coming up next with Melanie Martinez plus Leslie Gore. Pity Party for Martinez and It's My Party for Leslie Gore remix. And Randy Lenz coming up next with Strangers in the Night, featuring Tigami. Was that Frankie or Acapulco? Strangers in the Night. The next one coming up is Arrest That Man, David Ortiz. He says, take me to jail. Put a man in cell 49. Teach him how to do the jailhouse rock. And then we move on to Joe P. Jimmy animated Pineapple Hula Girl. Singing a Y5O theme. Well, just call a Y5O and they'll take him to jail. The GQ 1995, Jimmy NFL Cheering Hamster, this time doing Buffalo Bills. And he got him again with the NFL cheering hamster. This time he's doing New York Giants. The animatronic Earth is Jimmy Holiday Bobber. It's a Grinch. And on a Jewish side video, he's doing Big Mouth Billy Bass before he had repairs. And a Jewish side video, he's doing the old toy camera. It makes Billy Bass sound like a jellyfish. And our Jewish side videos and doing Big Mouth Billy Bass when it was fixed. Well, kind of fixed. And our Jewish side videos are doing Patrick. That's a singing fish. And our Jewish side videos were doing Superstar. A lobster sings the real Don't Be Cruel. And Skylar Studios is up next, and they're doing the Jimmy 2020 and 21, Dancing Frosty the Snowman. And then up pops Joshy Guy 3000. He got up at 81.33, he missed the 17.39, and he's got X trainers not until 13.88. And these trains come screeching as they only carry tanks, tank cars. Joshy Guy. Then comes Jake the Jimmy Collector. He's been to Costco again for his animated banjo skeletons. That'll surely be breaking down. And then Jake the Jimmy Collector, Bouncing Dracula, and Frankenstein. Then we got Lady BZ official. Lady BZ goes for the Reflexos Durados, Autoria Anna Di Cassia. And then we got Noel Patricia. Minha vida é melhor presente de Deus. Then you have Mr. Scruff versus Kirsty Almeida. I'm going to do the pickled spider. What am I going to do? Open Hope. I Hope. Gabby Barrett featuring Charlie Puth. And it's acoustic male cover by Ben Hope. Now I'm going to do Scott Krokoff. Give him a cough. I know your story at Conklin Barn. I wish I knew your story. I wonder what happened there. And we'll have to get him to tell us sometimes. And Scott Krokoff, his Belgium highlights, part 2. Well, I wonder what happened there. Well, you can see on his videos, you know, when you watch his videos. Give him a cough. Scott Krokoff. And then it's Showbiz No Carl with his Mitzi update. That's a fair size update, though. And Showbiz No Carl comes back again with Talent Toy 1999. It's Ferdy Furby fake. Mine 757 is taking a trip to Lowe's at Christmas. The animatronic collector dude still doing the Spirit of Halloween Grim demo. And the animatronic, Jimmy animatronic collector is there as well. He was doing the Jimmy 2003 life size 5-foot dancing snowman, no scarf and head movement. But there he is. Do you fancy dancing with him? 5 foot. Does he shoot you? Is he your measurements? Or are you a 6-footer? Oh, I think you need 5.5 foot. Right. The Jimmy animatronic collector? Oh no. His rubber belt broke. Ah, that was the one where his pants fell down. Yes, his rubber belt broke. So he only showing his face. Oh, can't show his bottom. Yeah, and then we have the Jimmy animatronic collector. And that last one was from the Jimmy animatronic collector. His life-size Jimmy, 5 foot. Do you fancy dancing with him then? He's the 2004 dancing snowman. And then we have the JMB 11 collections, seasonal visions, life-size dancing Santa, so he's got a life-size as well. And miscellaneous Joe's just going to do some cool magic tricks at Christmas. And mine 757, we're going to miss you, Shawmex. And there he is, listening on his headphones, of course. And Clone Zoid's got the Spirit of Halloween compilation. The Oddballs are having a Christmas show, 2021. And there they go for SJC Entertainment. And the animatronic Earth's up next with the Jimmy Ice Bikers. And Santa's one of them. Giving up his reindeer as he goes on bikes now. But watch out, it's very skiddy and slippy. His bike will be way over there. Be way over the mountains. End up a bit like Bat out of hell. Yeah. That's where he'll end up. And then, that was animatronic Earth. And then, mine 757, the old Snows pizza and arcade footage. And then we have Jimmy Sunstar, floating ghost, in white, of course. You ever seen a ghost floating in black? Snow business, that was. Yes, I can see him floating in white. Snow business. And then we have Harold Flower, screen shooting NFTs in SpongeBob, SquarePants. That's Harold Flower. And then we have the Jimmy Repair Guy, Jimmy Animated Bumble, 2005. And then we have Harold Flower again, the YTP, Despicability, Episode 3, The Girls. Some of these did get a mention yesterday, yes, most of them I would think, but they weren't really put up. That's it, they're not really put up until they do. So next comes the Skylar Studios with the Jimmy 2014 animated side-stepping Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And Mr. Sinks here. He's been telling us all about Christmas, but today he's telling us about the 4th of July special, 2021, Part 2. Luncheon fireworks. It gets insane. That's Mr. Sink. Christmas is over now. What does he do now? Back to his boy band. And Sink. And we have Chris, the prop collector, coming up next. Yard Horn Tour. A lot of these things is past, but just after Christmas you haven't got much thing, which is past. Most recent thing, of course, is Christmas. Still some of them doing that Christmas, still some of them doing the Halloween. We need to do New Year things. Good start this week. So that was Chris, the prop collector, with his Yard Horn Tour. We've got Tones Animatronics in more. Lost Media 2, Kid with Halloween 2013, CBES, Life Sizes, and Jake the Jimmy Collector, Spinning Snowflake Snowman 2 song, fully repaired demo. And Snow Business comes up next week, School Project. thing. That's what he calls him. It looks like a little Snoopy dog. And then we got Groovin' Props 97. He'll keep you grooving right through the new year. And he says, play my game. Thirstiest time of the year. Well, certainly is. That's why he stops for a drink. New Year is the thirstiest time of the year. Because everybody's shouting, give me another one, give me another one, give me another one. Hey, bartender, one here. And some poor fellas can't even get near the bar. Hello, I'm down here. Ah, yes, a Roblox remake. Plus Sprite. Cranberry House. Commercial House. And animatronics Earth. He'll still be playing Tronic's Heart Spinning Sunday. Even when it's New Year. And Holiday Studios. You've got the Hallmark musical paper. Wonder cards. Probably sent them all out by now. Well, if they've got a few spare, they can keep them for next year. Keep them for this, so they can see what they like. But I mean, everybody has loads and loads of Christmas cards left after Christmas. Both the ones they've used and the ones that haven't used. But Joshy Guy 3000 knows what to do with them. Coming up the line now is the 7709, and he's pulling mostly Uni-Pacific equipment. But Joshy's not exactly sure what. Well, it's a truckload of old Christmas cards, that's what it is. And old Christmas calendars as well. For this year. Taking all the rubbish away, that's what it is doing. David Ortiz is coming up with My This on Mine. This is a cuss word version. And David Ortiz is coming up again with My Christmas Customs in Jake's Custom World. And Dr. Halloween's coming up with a burlap horror. But he can't get rid of David Ortiz because he's there again. He says Joshy Guy versus me. And I'm going David Ortiz again with Mugen roster update. And then we've got the animatronic Earth with the Jemmy Snowflake Spinners, Frosty the Snowman, and the Green Heart this time. Then we've got Wyatt the Scarecrow, Halloween Honda, Vintage Devil Door Knocker, Spirit of Halloween. Then we've got Wyatt Scarecrow with the Halloween Honda and the Vintage Vampire Door Knocker, this one, Spirit of Halloween. Then we got Wyatt the Scarecrow, Halloween Honda with the Haunted Mansion Door Knocker. Spirit of Halloween, only sneak peeks of them. Then we got the animatronic Earth with a tacky Sidestepper Beach Santa, a Jemmy knockoff. And there he is. Got the animatronic Surf also with a Jemmy 2015-16 Sidestepper Selfie Snowman. And got the SJC Entertainment with the Oddballs animatronics. And they sing Jingle Bell Rock. Shorts. And we got the JMB11 collections. Got Jimmy Hip Swinging Frankenstein. One day until Halloween. Probably about 300 days. And we got the Jimmy Gaming with the Dancing Red Snowman Funny. And SJC Entertainment comes up again with the Oddballs animatronics. And this time they're singing Amish Paradise by Weird Al Shorts. Here we go, Miscellaneous Joe. Born sings Mary, did you know? Mary didn't know. And then we have Miscellaneous Joe again with his Bones and Friends update. The Sirens of Ohio have been doing a bit recently, only put little ones on though, most of the time. Chuck E. Cheese's Sugarcraft made me edit. And Willow Halloween with the Jimmy Industries Big Mouth Billy Bass remake from Walmart in 21. We got Squeaker Busters too, with a story of Natural Run. And we got 2021 Jimmy Animated Rockers Banjo Scarecrow Banjo Breakdown with the Holiday Productions. That's Holiday Time Productions. We got the Jimmy Addiction with the Count Vigo. And there he stands, and we got the Rockafire Boy with a homemade Rockafire explosion. It's his first show. And we got Darth Vader Halloween with his Mango MP4. That looks more like a pineapple than a mango. Got Nth Logan, Insidious Demon, Spirit of Halloween 22, Ideas. Mine 757, I'm taking a break for a while. Well, he's still popping up with one after the other, after the other, after the other. And he's still around, so don't worry. We're just taking a Christmas break. Because he pops up again and he says, oh no, I've decided not to take a break. Mine 757. And mine 757 pops up again and says, I've got time to take a break. I've got him half fixed. And mine 757 comes again. He says, meet the Furby family. They're coming over for Christmas. And I'll not have time to take a break. And then mine 757 comes up with Crazy Furby. Slow it down. And then we move on to Skylar Studios. Jimmy. 97 Douglas for the Turkin Christmas tree. Orange eyes and deep voice. Jimmy Addiction's got the Jimmy Nutcracker. Should say Big Bumble and the Stingers. Nutcracker. The Sirens of Ohio here again with Anaya's weird video. The Sirens of Ohio here again with Sirens of Eve. So Sirens Eve. And we got David Otis again with Rex versus me. And we got the animatronic collector dude with the Spirit of Halloween's 2 scoops with added in background music. And we got the animatronic collector dude with Jimmy Custom Rapping Ghost. We got Jesse Cabajal. He's got Alexa-enabled Big Mouth Billy Bass with Samuel L. Jackson's voice. And we got Elijah now, the animatronic collector. Spirit of Halloween, 19 and 20, Pennywise. And we got Elijah, the animatronic collector. Spirit of Halloween, 2020, 10-year anniversary of Uncle Charlie. And then we got Elijah, the animatronic collector. Spirit of Halloween 2020, clowning around. Don't get interesting. It's a very interesting show. I haven't ever heard an interesting show like this before. And then up pops Jimmy Gaiman. He's in the charts, at 31. It's only a slow riser, but he has shot up. And then, of course, that's what happens when you enter charts, you slow down. Even the Beatles experienced it. And Elvis as well, shot into the charts, probably only about a week after release. I mean, even pre-release, they were in the charts the week they released, and it didn't travel as fast in them days. Straight to number one. But then, of course, it slowed down. So the Jimmy Gaiman, 12 Days of Christmas, Jimmy animated Rudolph, Hermie, and Yukon Sled Trio, and Jimmy Gaiman again when the 12 Days of Christmas won. I thought I'd finished these 12 Days of Christmas because I wasn't going to do them anymore because the 12 Days of Christmas, day 7. I did put most up yesterday, but some got left on this list. Restored this one, Jimmy animated Santa Charlie Brown. Read the disc. I don't suppose to be really any interest to try and put them back on the proper list. Should have probably been on yesterday's. Might have been better. Because we got the Jimmy Gaiman again, and he's still popping up with his 12 Days of Christmas. Day 6, Jimmy animated mini blue spinning snowflake snowman. And that's why he has to stop for it to think. Well, that was day 6, animated mini blue spinning snowflake snowman, Jimmy Gaiman. Then we moved on to Jimmy Animatronic Collector. TK Toys, 58 life size, 2021 Dancing Santa. And Jimmy Master Animatronics, Jimmy African American Hip Swinging Santas. And Jimmy Master Animatronics, Spirit of Halloween, Zombie Babes, Frederick. And Jimmy Master Animatronics, Carlos Dantes and Cactus and Poncho Pete. And Jimmy Master Animatronics, Animated Christmas Frog with Guitar. And Jimmy Life-Size Animatronics, Prototype Jack Skeleton. When we get them in, we usually try to keep them together, but of course sometimes something else gets in between them and they get separated. And then up comes Showbiz Cheese, with up close and personal with fully aired down 3-stage animatronics. That's from Showbiz Cheese. And then up pops the Halloween animatronic channel. YS Toys Animated, the Jazzman Gold Suit variant, and the Halloween animatronics channel with Jimmy Life Size, the Captain, Pirate, Skeleton, animatronic figure, unreleased prototype, and then again Halloween animatronics channel, Jimmy Automated Jack Skellington, that is, Singing Pumpkin, A Spirit of Halloween, The Night Before Christmas. And then we have the homemade Rock Fire Explosion, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. That was from the Rock Fire Boy. And then we have Joe P. with his occasions prototype Christmas animated Santa riding a reindeer singing Here Comes Santa. Yeah, that's one I liked a bit, Santa riding a reindeer. Could always ditch his sleigh, I think. Well, he'll not be able to carry his presents. And the glasses guy says, no face guy is turning on a music box. And a send the clown Honda, Spirit of Halloween 21, themes and costumes set up, looking through the windows. And the Jimmy animatronic collector, Jimmy Life, size dancing Santa, singing with the Jimmy singing birds. And the Jimmy animatronic collector, animated head bombing Grinch. And Skylar Studios with a Jimmy animated penguin and Polar Bear Quartet. And the Jimmy Addiction with his pirate chest. And the Phobie Man comes up next with a dance person, party action singer, dancing pirate doll. Oh, he got his patch on. And the Phobie Man, a dance person, party action singer, dancing army doll. Oh, he's in his army kit. And Randy Lent, big mouth Billy Bass commercial, lost his media. And two animatronics and more, a house with a lot of Halloween animations. And Santa the Snowman with his Jimmy animatronic collector. What's the provider for that one? Santa the Snowman. We have Logan the Jimmy collector, Jimmy 2002 talking SpongeBob. We have Skylar Studios again, custom singing Snowflake Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Skylar Studios again with a custom animated message fan, Snowman, Little Saint Nick. Here we have Skylar Studios again with the restored Jimmy animated spinning Snowflake Snowman. We have the updated custom animated Snowflake spinning Snoopy. Christmas is coming. That's from Skylar Studios. We have to get these all out of the way because this is really this is going to be the last day of Christmas. It is tomorrow for hangover, but we'll see what expires then. We have to be moving on to New Year. And then this is the third day of Christmas. We've got a fourth day tomorrow. It's a reserve day to see what happens. It may go both ways. Christmas and New Year. They might say bye-bye Christmas and welcome New Year. The run-up. And we've got Rocky 867 with Kurt Adler. Kilteg. Musical Magic Growing Tree. And we got Willa Loves Halloween Through the Eyes of Conrad Justice, a mini documentary. And we got Willa Loves Halloween with the Halloween Express store tour, former Joanne Fabric and Crafts, Clive IA. Or is it LA? We got Ocean Boy 201 X Savage into the thick of it. And we've got Jimmy Animatronic Collector, Jimmy 204 Life-Size Dancing Snowman Fixed. Don't disable comments on YouTube. Animatronics, oh, it's got the Jimmy Mr. and Mrs. Snow duo. Willa Loves Halloween provides a Cirque du Spirit, original concept art for Halloween. And a note from Harold Flower. Peppa Pig hits me with a flower every single hour. And the Jimmy Repair Guy, Jimmy Animated Guitar Playing Snowman. M. Logan with his ghost face. M. Logan with his insidious. M. Logan was his Mr. Ghost Spookathon. The Jimmy Repair Guy with a red peppermint destruction. And the animatronic Earth with Jimmy Ice Bikers. Snowman. And mine 757 with Poggers. That's Pog. O's. Poggers. And the Jimmy Repair Guy partially fired. Sound and light animatronic. Snow Globe Sunday. Hear me of the Thanksgiving. Questions and answers, I think. Number 6 from Randy Land. Hear me of the animatronic Earth. Greenbrier musical snowman ornament. We have the Jimmy Repair Guy saying, "Hey, SpongeBob." And we have the Jimmy Repair Guy singing, "Jimmy, animated 2001, the head Bob and Frosty, the snowman plush." The Jimmy Repair Guy's up again. So much to repair this Christmas season. Boxing days for boxing them up and sending them back broken. The Jimmy Repair Guy, animated snowman. Mine 757, last trip to Spirit Halloween of 2021. Yes, it will be coming up. Probably last chance will be December the 31st, I would think. But this is his last chance. Last trip. And Snow Business doing his singing pumpkins too. 2 singing pumpkins for the price of none. And his next one coming up is Snow Business with his singing pumpkin. A singing pumpkin for the price of none. Can you go to your shop and ask for a singing pumpkin for the price of none? No, of course you can't. Well, it shouldn't be here neither. And Snow Business is coming up next with Spin. And Snow Business Mimi's, that's my animatronics approved. Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. And Snow Business is filter content. And animatronic Earth with his dandy shaking turkey. No wonder the turkey's shaking, he don't want to go in the oven or the pot. He knows what to do. He's seeing other turkeys go in the pot. Animatronic Earth, Jimmy Babbling Boobers. This is the naughty dog list. Huh. They're all naughty dogs. A naughty list of dogs. We got two animatronics and more with his bicycle pizza cutter. We got the animatronics collector dudes. Subscribe to DG Gang. Check the description for link. Got Rockafire Lover, but his Rockafire Explosion update. Read it in the description. We got Sirens of Ohio. Rockafire Explosion is better than MMBB. This is the reason why. And we got the next one. Barrington Honesty 3. Up close and personal with Earl. Read the disc. Then we got Rockafire Robotics. Life-sized homemade Duke Part 1. Rockafire Boy with homemade Rockafire Explosion update. Almost working. We got David Otis up again with this track 1. Redoing bloopers. I'm a good to Joshy Guy 3000. Get off that train. Union Pacific Freight Train pulling up now. An end train DPU. That train's not going anywhere. That's an end train. It's finished. Going to be put in a shed or somewhere, or on a spare line. It don't go now. It's an old train. It's not going to go now. So Josie got 3000 gets off the train. And who did you bump into? The Jimmy repair guy. Hello there. Jimmy, never seen you since 2021. Very boss and stuck at my Walmart, he says. Oh, yeah. And then SGC Entertainment, the first oddball show of 2022. And I'm going to do it. And they're going to sing I Get Around. I Get Around was the old Beach Boys song. Get around, I get around. But he's not going to do it till 1/1/22 at 5 a.m. It's a premiere. So be sure to watch the SGC Entertainments. It will be my first oddball show of 2022. And I'll be singing I Get Around, round, 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 I get around. And Clown Zoid, Mr. Howie. And the Jimmy Repair Guy. Remastered audio. Jimmy Sidestep Approach to the Snowman. And I may have David Otis. He's getting himself stuck again. I'm getting himself stuck. It says I'm a stinky version too. Yeah, that's David Otis. And he always has a black screen. He doesn't show a picture on his on most of his videos he just shows a black screen. Well, that's why. Showbiz No Carl has got Benny Brash singing Fish. But the old Boss is best. That's the Bosch. B-A-R-S-C-H. That's a German version, I think. Jimmy Animatronic Collector. Look what I ordered on eBay for my Jimmy Animatronics. Page jumped. Yes, I was with Jimmy Animatronics Collector. And because I got near to the bottom of that page, look what I ordered on eBay for my Jimmy Animatronics. But that doesn't mean we're finished in any means at the bottom of that page. I'm on the next page now. I got the Sirens of Ohio, and I've done a bigger kind of video. There's a little girl there. Annie has dance routines on the BTS. And that's what she wants to do for you today. And then we got the leader of the animatronics, but we've still got a few days yet to topple him. Will he be toppled? Got to the new year. Peter C.M. Hanna, Jimmy animated life-size Burgundy Butler. And Peter C.M. Hanna again with a jammy animated unearthly ghost rider. And Peter C.M. Hanna again with a jammy animated purple hand candy bowl. Yes, the hand jumps out of the bowl and takes the candy. And Peter C.M. Hanna again with a jammy hanging caged reaper. And then we've got animatronic short with the jammy frogs, eagles in the club. And we've got ONKTB with a sheesh battle edited version. Most viewed video. His most viewed video. Well, 307. Well, that's not bad. Looks like we're coming to an end. But it's a long show and it's a long way to go. And we've been looking at some things we might do. Oh, I just got a few down here to do for you. If we don't do them, you see, we'll be away until next year. We can leave the list now and return to the studio. Oh, there we are. Remember this fella? Yes, we covered him about 3 weeks ago. He done his songs on the back. We done all his songs for Christmas. So that you had a Christmas album. But of course, everybody listened to all the YouTube lists. Christmas Hangout says hi. Thank you for making videos of me. And Green Society Boy says hello. I must say hello to Green Society Boy because I haven't had a new one from him. And he might not have figured on that one, but there he is, Green Society Boy. Hello. Christmas Hangout, Merry Christmas. And Christmas Hangout, well, I got to go. Goodbye. So now, reply to that. Yes, and I did a couple of Christmas hangouts, and I don't think I've done a Green Society Boy. Well, I did one yesterday anyway. Some went up, you see, on Boxing Day Bash, and some were on, and some didn't really get much on. And they were part of the bottom half of the left list. You know, the list was left here with them on the bottom. So there's Bing, and I'm trying to find something that's more suitable for the time of year. The Ultimate Christmas, yes, Tom Jones. The Ultimate Christmas Party album, Tom Jones. Would you like to do some Tom Jones? Yes, of course you would. Now it's Tom Jones and Tina Turner. Hot Legs. Ha 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 ha. But not Rod Stewart, he's not on here. You got Tom Jones and Donny Osmond, Girl from New York City. That says Tom Jones and Friends, so he's always doing it with somebody. They got Tom Jones and Dusty Springfield, Upside Down. I didn't see that position. And then we got Tom Jones and Rita Coolidge. Something About You, Baby, I Like. Yes, but I'll wait till it cools. That's Tom Jones and Rita Coolidge. And he got Tom Jones and Marie Osmond. The Way You Do the Things You Do. Yes. Got Tom Jones and Lola Falmer. I Love the Light Knife. Oh, I Love Nightlife. Yeah. That's when they take Tom to the dancing club and he's over my age and he falls down drunk. Yes. And Tom Jones and Brooke Shields. A Little Queenie. Oh, she was when she was a very, very young model and had Brooke Shields and that. And A Little Queenie. Tom Jones knows her. And Tom Jones and Mariska Bersamon. He's so shy. Yes, so shy. And Tom Jones and Juliet Prowse. I get a kick out of you. Yes. She keeps on kicking him. They all seem to be ladies. Tina Turner, Dusty Springfield, Rita Coolidge, Marie Osmond, Lola Faloma, Brooke Shields, and Marissa Boss, someone, but not Donny Osmond. But it doesn't matter. Donny brought along a girl from New York City. Doesn't know her name, mind. And that was Tom with Juliet Prowse, and he gets a kick out of you. Tom Jones and Dionne Warwick. Endless love between them two. And Tom Jones and Gladys Knight. Guilty. Both of them locked up for the night. And Tom Jones and Tanya Tucker. I'm leaving it all up to you. Oh. And Tom Jones and Susan Anton. Something's burning. That's your cooking, Susan. It's burning. It's burning. Tom Jones and Stephanie Mills. The closer I got to you. It did need a Sherlock here, I think. He need a Sherlock here. That's better. And Tom Jones and Denise Williams. Too much, too little, too late. And that's the Tom Jones and Friends album. Am I putting the one up there? No. Just showing some albums. That's Shirley Bassey. Damn Shirley Bassey. Forever. That's Nirvana. Sorry, I don't have the folder for that one. Nirvana. That's Banana Rama. Are you having a Banana Rama? Yeah. And you get one bite each when you finish with a banana. I'm having a banana rama. Look, a banana rama. I'm having a banana rama. Not really. And there they go. That's the best of banana rama. Hot chocolate with his hottest hits, Errol Brown. A lot on, a lot. A lot of hits on. Errol Brown turned up at the Christmas party to see you. Hello there. Hello, everybody. Hot chocolate. Miscellaneous, but I know what's on. This is Coldplay Parachutes. I didn't have the cover for that neither, but I made a little list there. Coldplay Parachutes. Oh, this one's a compilation. The greatest hits so far. I just made a little list of what they are. Listen to it. This one's actually Jim Reeves. Jim Reeves, you might just see Jim there. Jim Reeves. Miscellaneous ones which I got. This one's the ultimate Ted Nugent. I mean, I did go through a spell where I really like mostly rock songs, and I still probably do those in the upper beat. You know, even the 1950s, you know, as well as the 1960s. Rock and roll, you know. I wasn't too interested in the sad songs. Elvis was all right, a million bit hilly and them, you know. And then in the 60s, of course, the Beatles were upbeat, yeah, and most of them bands. The ultimate Ted Nugent, of course, is. And of course, I have Iron Maiden, of course, they are. Yeah, I went through a spell where I listened to things like that. Death on the Road, this one by Iron Maiden. I like a bit Sting. I mean, he's all right. He was all right when he was in the police. And once he got out of the police force, way, kind of mellowed a bit, you know. Englishman in New York. I'm not in New York. Sting is, though. You can't guess without a Sherlock who it is. It's T-Rex with a Teenage Dream. Yeah, I'll listen to them in the 70s as well. Mostly upbeat songs, even if it's glam rock, any kind of rock, really. Um, a band I often listened to in the 80s. The very best of Talk Talk. Talk Talk. Talk Talk was a band in the 80s. It's now a phone company. Would you like to see some more? I'll just show you them because I have played them. I mean, I did play thousands and thousands of albums. Guess who? I'll let you read it. Greatest hits from. It might be better for you to see on the other side. White Snake. White Snake. Inverted. So you cannot read them much. In any case, I have to read them for you. White Snake. And who's coming to the party? Who's that person? Who's that person? You don't know. Who's that person then? What's the little name say at the shop at the top backwards? Show's best. Show. What about these blokes? When I finish playing a record, what do they do? Run away. Get the money and run. Run DMC. Run DMC. And the office for Beverly Craven. She was nice at one time, done a few good songs in the early 90s, I think, or late 80s, and then kind of disappeared, I think. Another one who had a good following in the charts in the late 80s and early 90s was Lisa Stansfield. Never hear of her, think of her now, I don't know. Even her recordings. But Lisa Stansfield can still get her recordings, of course. This one shows two dogs, and I haven't got a cover. It's Eric Clapton, From the Cradle to the Grave. I've always been surrounded by records. I can only remember as a child toddler rolling my grandmother's 78s around the room. I had a little game where roll him and see if he falls on top of the other one. I've always been surrounded by records. When listening to me grandma's gramophone was a pooh. And my old granddad's radio, valve set, tried to tune it. Psst, psst, two stations overlapping. That's how you say it, hello there. And this one is Dire Straits. And Mark Knopfler's on here as well with his best. Dire Straits and Mark Knopfler's best. And this one, I might recognize a lady. Can you recognize a lady? Go on, it's not hard. Her name is up there. Her name is up there in the corner. Any better on the other side? Another look at it. It's Pat Benatar. I used to like a lot of hers as well. There was a battlefield. It may be a best shot. Oh, yes, hit me with your best shot. Some people might ask what happened to Billy B yesterday. Ah, yes, he won his Boxing Day match. Yes, so he says anyway. I haven't got any confirmation or anything. I haven't seen nothing, but I will be seeing something of it sometime. He was fighting the big blobber. He blopped down, didn't he? He blopped over. Beach Boys, this is a platinum collection. There's 3 discs here from the Beach Boys. This is the Beach Boys, and it just shows the back of the record. These is ones I got, and I didn't have covers for some of them. I have got covers in there. This is a compilation, really. I can basically see what's on it. A song, what's on it. You have to write that small, unless you get it printed. It's not too far back, contains Pink and Cooks and McFly and things like that. I would suggest it's early 2000s. This is pure 60s. Pure 60s. It contains things like Jefferson Airplane, Somebody to Love, Pure 60s. Yeah. And this one, contains things like Jackson 5, sure. Tom Jones has got a one, it's not unusual on here. And Contours Chris Montez, so it's 60s as well. And this one, you got it. That's why you had to have my little list. It's 70s, really. Sounds of the 70s. Gloria Gaynor, I've got in here Sister Sledge, Billy Ocean, Odyssey. It's more soul sounds, I think, of the 70s. The disco. Just called Sounds of the 70s. So there you go. Oasis. Don't believe the truth. They would say don't believe the truth because everybody tries to tell you the truth, even the presidents, even the Queen. But it's basically the truth as they see it, so, I mean, it's not really the truth as somebody else sees it. So that's the trouble with the truth. It's not certified as the truth. I mean, the Prime Minister will tell you the truth, which is a load of gobble, because it's not actually the truth. It's what he believes is the truth, and what his people believes is the truth, but that doesn't make it the truth. It's not the truth. Don't believe the truth. This is busted, actually, a present for everybody, this one. Sometimes I can recognize them without reading the name. I see down there, present for everybody, present for everyone. That was done by Busted. It was a good selling album. In the 2000s, this is Pink Floyd, the final cut. I have wrote it on the top there, but I also wrote my little note. Some of the miscellaneous ones that I got, and this shares too, and this is the Outcast from Mrs. Jackson in the 2000s, about 2006 or something. Around about that time, the Future Heads were fairly popular, and there's the beginning of the twist. The Future Heads. Isaac Hayes. A legend, in his own time. But the only hit he ever really had, main hit, was a theme from Shaft. And it was Shaft film, and of course it was the theme from Shaft, so it was in the theme, in Shaft, the movie. So I mean, it was a big selling movie too, so it made Isaac Hayes. And that's really most of the things that he had. Theme from Shaft. But he had other songs that he did also, mostly in the 70s. I think died now. Mike Batt at his piano. You don't know Mike Batt. As Mike Batt. There he is sitting at his piano. You can't see him because you don't know what he looks like. There's Mike Batt. But you can get a photograph of him if you bought a Mike Batt album. But who is Mike Batt? He's invisible. And why do you not know Mike Batt when you know Mike Batt? Everybody knows Mike Batt, but you don't know him. Had quite a few hits in the charts. Okay, I'll tell you. He was a Womble from Wimbledon Common. Remember you're a Womble. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Remember you're a Womble. He was the leader of that and wrote for that also. That was Mike Batt, and there's his piano. He also had a little career on his own. And this fella's had some great songs over the years. I really like a lot of his songs, but Chris Rea, but his best song ever will be, and his best song never will be, and his best song is The Road to Hell. And nobody bothers about part one because it's just a little bit. It's The Road to Hell part two, New Light Through Old Windows, Chris Rea, and The Road to Hell is Chris Rea. I mean, Chris Rea's best by a long way is The Road to Hell. You're on the road to hell. The best of Sade? Did sing some in other languages as well, I think French and that, but this is the best of Sade. Your Love is King, Smooth Operator. Yeah, probably the main best, but the best of Sade. 1980s. Jeb. Marvin Gaye. Well, he had a few hits in the 60s, or just one or two hits, but he was famous for singing with the ladies. He sang with Kim Weston, and he sang with Tammy Terrell. And he had one or two songs on his own. And this is then in the 70s, Marvin Gaye. It Takes Two was probably very, very well known. I think he did I Heard It Through the Grapevine as well. But he also done in the 70s Sexual Healing. That's Marvin Gaye. That's Marvin Gaye. But we want to see some newer artists. Well, not new, but unless you've got them straight out of this year's chart, they go back a little few years, go back to the 2020s, the noughties, and you find Shakira. That's Shakira, featuring Remember to Forget You. Shakira was a big hit, and noughties all of a sudden, and then of course she disappeared. She hadn't last too long. Shakira. And of course another big artist started in the noughties. She was going very well in the 2010s. I do think she's still around in the 2020s. I do honestly think, I think she is. And here she comes. And she's on the William Live show. It's Rihanna. Who's that girl? It's Rihanna. Come to see you. And there's a list. And it's time to go back to the 60s now and see the Who. Happy Jack. Done a one for Jack the other day, Happy Jack. Didn't have any videos. Write to me, I make a video for you. I also done My Name is Jack by Manfred Mann. Happy Jack. The Who. Well, not much left of the Who, and Roger and Pete, they somehow, it's always said they don't get along with each other, but then they still try to keep the band going. But they had problems on that tour. Rogers left Pete again, and the other two died. There's the Who. We'll get back together next year. And she's got big balls. Oh, she got beach balls. Yeah, well, she got tennis balls. And she sticks them in her pants pocket. That's where the ladies stick their tennis balls. How's it AC/DC in the charts? With she's got big balls, and he's got big balls, and she's got even bigger balls. I'm just looking to see it on here. I haven't. It was a later one would have done. I might not have put it on here. This is a bit most of the earlier stuff. But AC/DC in charts, my charts, that's a called popular uploads or the top 100. And also have another one, popular uploads, where I list most of the songs that have been in the 100 over the years since October the 10th, 20. And one of the first leaders was Mumford and Son, Babel. We were doing the A's. What does it mean to be doing the A's? It means doing things like AC/DC and Richard Ashcroft and that. Those that start with A. On a name or on a second name, on a surname. And well, Mumford got in with the A's, didn't they? We thought of deducting him 20 points because he went into A, but we thought, well, that'll not work. It was a producer's fault he put him in where he is. Take him back out and put him in where he belongs with the M's. But in the meantime, he topped the chart in the early days, and somebody kept on saying to me, somebody keep on playing Mumford's well clear. If Richard Ashcroft, I think, was up there, Beatles, when we moved on to B, started to come into it, and they went quite high up the charts. And funny ones that were in that charts from the A. Oh, we had Christina Aguilera, and we had her stripped. Yeah, there she was. She was stripped. Yes, Christina Aguilera stripped. Look it up on the site, and we've had thousands since then over the years. In one of the very early charts, after a few weeks, we had Ray Conniff. We had a Coronation Street theme from a TV that was hovering about. William went in with his first video, and then he went in with his second video, but he wasn't at the top of the charts or anything like that. He hung around about 11 or 12 or 10 or something like that. But then he decided to pack in with those videos, but put them away. But then he later got them out and have risen back up into the charts again. William 1 and William 2. William 1 is at 7 and William 2 is about 9 or 10 or something. Nirvana was our very first one. What would I need a sleeve or a picture of Nirvana for? Why should I get a sleeve or a picture of Nirvana? Because I've already got one. And there they are. And there they are. So there's two Nirvanas for the price of none. And who's this lot? Can you guess him? Come closer, come closer, come closer. It's the ultimate best of U2. You can probably tell by Chick's hat there. There's Bono in front with his glasses, yeah. It's the best of U2. U2. But why should we need a scrappy photograph like that of U2 when we've got a lovely photograph of U2? Because that one have got the light shining in her eyes. And this is U2. And it just simply says U2. And got a lot on there. U2. So that's two U2s for the price of none. And two Nirvanas for the price of none. And why would we need a lovely picture of Oasis? That's because we've got a lovely picture of Oasis. Oasis, the ultimate best, the best of Oasis, and there they are. That's when they were young. You cannot recognise much of them on there. Well, there's Liam. He's got his glasses on. You very rarely see him with glasses on, so you should have a look at Liam Gallagher with glasses on, because you very rarely see him like that these days. And his brother's got his head down. There he is, as usual. He's deep in study, thinking of his new song. And he used to play guitar like that at one time with the British flag on, you know. There they are. The ultimate best of Oasis. In the 2020s and even in the 2010s, a lot of people liked this band, you know. I mean, I used to like this band too. Very good. Killers. And there they are in the Wild West. Killers. Mr. Brightside. When you were young. And human, of course. Killers. Dressed like cowboys. That's the Killers. And every day I find them hiding around somewhere. Pink Floyd. And there they are. There's a wall. Because you've never seen the wall, you say. So there it is. And there's the Hammers. Pink Floyd. The wall. Another brick in the wall. And why should we show you a makeshift Pat Benatar album when we can show you the real Pat Benatar? And there she is. Come closer, come closer. And there she is. And there's the songs at the bottom. Pat Benatar. That's two Pat Benatars for the price of none. His band flew away. They are recorded for a fair few years, say maybe 5, maybe even more than that, you know. But the band changed its line-up and that over time, and I don't think they ever really got back together, you know. Flew away. The Birds. It started off back in Bobby Dylan, you know, folk songs, and did his Mr. Tambourine Man, and did another Bob Dylan song. When I liked Bob Dylan, I had big hits with those Bobby Dylan songs. This is the greatest hits by the Birds. I like 8 Miles High. 8 Miles High is good. Yeah. And there you go. The Birds, greatest hits. And that was in the 60s, most of the greatest hits. The Chestnut Mare on there came a bit later, in the 70s. It wasn't a bit as big as the others, but there you are. This fella, the best of Culture Club. There's Boy George. He likes being at the back. He got his hat on. Boy George later did things on his own after the split of Culture Club in the 1980s. And now they are the best of Culture Club with Boy George. And why should we need a makeshift Coldplay? Because it's a different album as Parachutes. Well, we've got Coldplay's greatest. And this was in 2011. There's Chris, huh? There he is. There's the other lads. Coldplay's greatest hits. Coldplay's still around, but it don't do too much these days. Well, this fella's still around. Wanted to get elected for president in America. Do you think they would elect him? He had a song called Elected in the 70s. Do you know who he is? Alice Cooper. The best. The best of Alice Cooper. As he was and as he then. He's always had makeup off and on. No More Mr. Nice Guy, I think is the best of Alice Cooper. But Poison came very later in his career, is also Mascara and Monsters. I've been loving the Mascara since the 1960s. He does like his face made up. Just like his snake as well. He had a snake one time. Probably still got it. Back to the 1960s and a nice pleasant band singing pop songs. This band must have had anything up to about 20 chart entries, you know. And some of them were quite big, some of them were lower. And they still continued as you went into the 70s, but weren't quite the same then, you know. And here's the band now, Herman's Hermits. Oh, hit after hit after hit after hit. I mean, most of the songs went into the charts somewhere. British, they had a few in America as well, but they didn't have that big over there. Herman's Hermits. Just doing pop, mostly pop. The best of Fleetwood Mac. And there they are. Now, this is the later day of Fleetwood Mac, 70s. Fleetwood Mac started in the 1960s, and it was Peter Green's band. But he didn't like calling it the Peter Green Band. So he named it after his two best friends, John Mac and Mick Fleetwood. And it became known as Fleetwood Mac. But Peter Green was the leader. But he had his problems. Then he dropped out of the Fleetwood Mac by the 70s. Which left the other two to continue with the new Fleetwood Mac. And of course, that's them And the second version of Fleetwood Mac had many hits during the 70s and into the 80s. But Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac does have hits. It did have hits like the early ones, like the Green Man Alicia and things like that, Man of the World and things like that. They once done a thing called Albatross. It shot to the top of the charts. It's only an instrumental. And there you are. But this is the best, I think, of the later Fleetwood Mac. And there you are, Fleetwood Mac. Now we have to transfer that pile, otherwise it will only fall on the floor. Because it's getting too big. So now we've got 2 piles. This man, the most beautiful man in the world. This man in the 1960s, and I think it was mostly women's magazines and ad voting to see who was the most beautiful guy in the world. The most beautiful, the most handsome, and not the most nice pop singer, they could imagine. And they came up with the face of the 60s. Peter Frampton, look at him. With his curly hair and everything, the girls loved him. He was said to be the face of the 60s as we went into the 70s. His band was The Herd, but he broke away from them. He was in other bands. And then he done things on his own, things like Show Me the Way in the 1970s. And he was obviously progressing and things like that. But then the lad had a nasty accident, I think a car accident or something. Although I don't know, I think he's still alive, but it really damaged him. He was never the same after that. We did come back and do his few little bit of things, but I still remember him. And they call it Frampton Comes Alive. That's because another story. Yeah, in a coma, I think, for weeks and weeks after his car accident, but Frampton did come alive. And there he is. Frampton Comes Alive. That would be in the 1970s. But when he was with his band in the 1960s, he was voted as one of the faces. There was some people voted for other people as well. I like Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and things like that. But they liked him. Said he was the face of the 60s. This is Friday Night Fever, just a compilation. A lot of songs on it. And this is more like modern into the noughties and that. See, you've got some Run DMC on here. You've got Sash, you've got some Hot Chocolate, Corner Shop Spice Girls, you see, Alexia, Aqua, and it's late 90s. Late 90s. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, I think is his best. Doctor, give me the news. I've got a Bad Case of Loving You. Bad Case of Loving You, Addicted to Love, probably Robert Palmer's best in the 80s. Yes. But then, of course, he had a lean spell after that, and I think he's died now. I'm not sure when, a few years ago now. And these lads caused the scene when they came on. The Clash, London's Calling. London's Calling is probably their best. You've got Rock the Casbah and things like that, that you could have. But London's Calling was very high up in the charts. The Sex Pistols were the main punk band. But the Clash were punk as well. That's the Clash. London's Calling. Late 70s. In the punk field. And this band, being a legend of all time, Black Sabbath. Still, I think most of them around. Ozzy's still around. But he does do one or two things these days. There's his latest albums. But, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, and yeah, Paranoid. And Paranoid, Iron Man, things like that will always be some of the best, Paranoid is the very best. I mean, chart-wise, chart position and that, it did well. And Smokey. Smokey were a British band in the 70s. Smokey could never get a hit. Smokey went to America and had about 50. There they are. They did that kind of slow rocking, which had caught on. And, they done things like Living Next Door to Alice, till the comedian later got his hands on it. Oh, Carol did some older ones. A few dollars more, many done their version of Tambourine Man, O'Carroll and things like that, but there's Smokey. Chris Norman, he went on his own and had a few hits also. This one was getting into the same kind of trend, Survivor. Survivor's greatest hits. But Survivor's greatest hits was once again from the film Rocky. Yes, from the film Rocky. Eye of the Tiger. And Burning Heart, and that's just about the best. They're both from Rocky and that. Eye of the Tiger. That's probably the best. Del Shannon. Yeah, well, great in the early 60s and that, one of the best artists to rock and dance to, Del Shannon, I mean, he wasn't exactly rock and roll, he was more 60s type of rock and roll, wasn't not in the 50s. He done things like Runaway, Hats Up to Larry, and Handyman and things like that. And the great Del Shannon. And the Monkees. And where's Davy? There he is at the bottom. Three American guys and one British boy. Davy Jones was a child actor. He acted on stages and things and theatre and but he was only as a boy. A very small boy, very lightweight boy. He became a jockey, only as an apprentice at first, but his trainer wanted him to stay on, he had visions that he'd be great. Top jockey in those days was Lester Piggott, Scooby Breezley, but he won a chance to go to America and auditioned with the Monkees, and so that's what he did. Of course, he'd done many Monkees, later the cartoon serial and many reunions with the Monkees, even when the Monkees split up, and then later on tried doing something on his own, but was never the same, was best with the monkeys. Best with the monkeys. Then after 2000, well, he still done little bits on his own, but he said he wouldn't work with the monkeys again. I think he said something like that. He went back to his horses on his farm. So, riding a horse one day, and he got off, and he felt chest pain, and of course they rushed him away to the hospital. Well, he was dead when he arrived, had a heart attack. Still wasn't that old at the time. I think about 60 odd or something. Anyway, there he is. And I was another person, 60s and that. A lot of people voted for Davy Jones, like Davy Jones. Only a little fella. So there he is. Davy Jones and the Monkeys. John Mellencamp, before he became Cougar. John Mellencamp. I think Hurt So Good and Jack and Diane have been noticed rocking the USA as well, even though it never really had something very, very big over here. But there it is. He wanted to sing you about and tell you about rocking the USA. Hurt So Good is quite well known. Jack and Diane. Two young kids doing the best they can. And here he is, a legend. Paul McCartney, and all the best from Paul McCartney. There it is, all the best for Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Paul McCartney. And here's a story as well. When he split from the Beatles, he went away in with his wife, and Danny Lane was in the band as well, and they formed Wings, a band called Wings. Wings were very historic and very history in the 70s, and Wings were a big band. But then I think some of them left in that, and Paul went on his own. Of course, his wife was still around then. She was making dinners. Yeah. But there he is, Paul McCartney. Band on the Run was one of the greatest by Wings. But the Jet, but they're all under Paul McCartney now. And, of course, Paul McCartney and Wings, But there they are. Paul McCartney, all the best. No more Wings to fly away. And these fellas, how many beards have you got? One died recently this year. I think maybe. Dusty Hill, I think. The three beards. No, Frank hasn't got a beard. He is a beard. But the three beards, as they call them. ZZ Top, greatest hits. Yeah, Give Me All Your Lovin' probably be the best. And Legs, of course, Legs. And Sharp Dressed Man. And there you are, that's ZZ Top. And this one, who knows? I didn't have the cover for it, but I just wrote the songs on here. Take That's on here. Gabrielle, Cause. So it is 90s and that. Natalie and Burglar, M People. Take on Blue, I think it is. Yes, All Saints and that. It's mostly 90s and that compilation. And these are legends as well. Described in 70s as one of the biggest groups in the world. One of the best groups at that time. Absolute legends. Led Zeppelin. but it was classed as heavy rock. It was classed as metal at one time, at that time. But later on, of course, it's not like any of the metal bands today. Metal as it was in the 70s, hard rock and metal, and there was them and Black Sabbath and some other guys and things. But there's the very best of Led Zeppelin. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page are the only two that are still around and still do bits of work. So there you go. Talking about real heavy metal as time has moved on. Iron Maiden, quite good. Got another Iron Maiden back there. But the price goes up to the while, you know. So there we are. Well, I just went to get a bit drink, you know, because on the long shore, you might not get many breaks, you know. So really, I'll be stopping in a few minutes. I did say Iron Maiden on that one and give you a look at it, and I've only got a few left on my desk. So I've got Billy Idol here. He was well known as well, all the 80s and in the punk movement and that. Billy Idol. Another legend is Elton John, but from the 70s. His first song was Your Song. That's the one for you. I like things like Crocodile Rock and that. And there you are, that's Elton John. Another legends, Kiss. Yeah, it's not the amount of hits they've had because they haven't had that many hits. Yeah, I had more in the States, but it's just the manner of the group and that there. So that's Kiss. I don't think I've got oh, I've got plenty, you know, there's thousands here. But I mean, I have done albums. Another legend in his own time, yes, Cliff. I'm surprised he didn't sing anything for Christmas, but he usually does a Christmas song, but of course he's turned 80 now, you know. He had his birthday in November. Yeah. I remember he did something in November. This was his 50th anniversary, this one. Cliff Richard, been gone since the late 50s. Stranglers, they were very popular as well, punk days, but they weren't actually punks. Country music, quite a popular guy is Lobo. It's not the amount of hits he had because he's mostly famous for You and Me and a Dog Named Boo. And of course, the legends had to be here. The legends had to be here. The Beatles, there they are. Hard Day's Nights, Abbey Roads, and other things on here. And yeah, quite a bit on there. So that's the Beatles. That's the Beatles. I was just saying, and I was just thinking, John, Paul, and George. John, Paul, and George. You might say, where's Ringo? Has he left? No, he hasn't. He's there, look. Playing his drums, you see, he's at the back, so he's over there. So that's the Beatles. Quite a popular guy in the 70s and the 80s, and Barry Manilow, The Ultimate Collection, and there he goes. That's Barry Manilow. I've got many others here, thousands. That's what I was talking about. I knew it was somewhere Christmas with Cliff, and I usually do something for Christmas. Mistletoe and Wine, The Millennium Prayer, Saviour's Day, White Christmas, and many more. That's his Christmas album a few years ago. Christmas with Cliff, not Mine on You. I don't get any new. Tonight's the Night from Rod Stewart. Is that his girl? You've got the high heels on anyway. Tonight's the Night for Rod Stewart. And there's his photographs on the back. I'll shortly be finishing. And 2 Rod Stewarts for the price of none. This is Atlantic Crossing. Became fairly big in America as well as it is most of the place. Very popular band in the 80s, you know, possibly one of the most popular bands. Blondie. And there's Blondie. Hanging on the telephone one way or other. Best of Blondie. But you didn't see Blondie very well, did you? You couldn't see. You wanted a close-up. I can give you a close-up. Would you like a close-up? There you go, Blondie. Yes. And there she is, Blondie. Always on offer here, one way or other. Call me, hanging on the telephone. Yeah. And another legend, but in the 50s, Jerry Lee Lewis. Great balls of fire. That's what he's yelling out. Great balls of fire, good golly, Miss Molly. Whole lot of shaking going on. All 1950s. Jerry Lee Lewis. And there he is. Move on to the 90s now. This band, popular, very popular in the 90s. Simple Minds. Waterfront, Glitter and Plies. Don't You Forget About Me. I think Don't You Forget About Me, probably one of the best, if not the best. Simple Minds. Motorhead. That's what it is. Motorhead. Best of Motorhead. Because I've got 2 compartments to the folder, I put somebody in on the back. Bob Dylan, another legend in the 60s, 70s. He's knocking at heaven's door now, though. There he is. Bob Dylan. Another one that comes in the same style. This time, because they came first, 2-sided. Duran Duran, probably the best group in the 80s and went spilled over into the 90s as well. New Wave, Duran Duran. And then in the noughties, Evanescence. And there you are. And what about the 2010s? And she's still around in 2020, and she's still around in 2022. Who we're talking about? The one and only Katy Perry. And there she is, Katy Perry. A live artist today. Yes, Katy Perry. In the 1980s, this is MLTR. They only went by the initials. It actually means Michael Learns to Rock. When he started, he didn't know nothing about music. He had to hire people to learn him to rock, and he soon learned to rock, but there he is. He only does slow rock with his band. Michael Learns to Rock. And another legend of all time, Metallica. Nothing really matters. The Unforgiven, 1, 2, and 3. Enter Sandman. Some of the biggest. Anyone the girl has been in the charts. Been in the charts. These days, been in the charts these days. Been in the charts for many years. Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You, isn't it? Mariah Carey. And there she is. Very good in the 80s, this band, especially only in America, though. Didn't do much over here, outfield. And people like the outfield. Many songs on there by the outfield. Just a threesome, I think. Two Survivors for the Price of None. Survivors' Greatest Hits. Showing you all their albums, and there's Survivor on the other side. Survivor, the best, Eye of the Tiger. But you want something more noughties, and you want something into the 2010s. Well, how about Beyonce? She was quite big. Beyonce. There she is. Back to the 60s with a very good group, the Hollies, and stretched into the 70s, and again had many, many hits. Count 20 or more, I think, quite a lot, and a few in America as well. Still getting them in the 70s, but some people consider to be the best work. And Heavy is my brother and things like that, The Air That I Breathe. But they had Bus Stop and all those, Stop, Stop, Stop. There they are. Hollies started about the same time as the Beatles, 63 or so. It's Paul McCartney. Highlights. It's Paul McCartney, that's what it is. I haven't got the folder. Another big band in the 90s, or late 80s to 90s, Texas. Texas had a good following. Texas. Scottish band, I haven't got the folder. She's not very well known here, but possibly in America. She's a catch. But she's got songs and there they are on there. So, I think I'll have to be going now. Time to show you another one. LCD sound system. Might not have never heard of them. LCD sound system in the 90s and stretched into the noughties. The most popular record is Daft Punk is playing at my house. Daft Punk is playing at my house. Yeah. LCD sound system. Two Michael launched the rock for the price of one. For the price of none. Michael launched the rock. Just a few more here, and I'm not going to do any more after that. Megadeth is quite a well-known band. 90s, still through the noughties, are still around. Megadeth. One Direction became a very big band and then split up, but had several hits when they were most popular, end of the noughties and 2010s. This is the band. This is the band. Throw them out the window. This is the band. Throw them away. This is the band. Destroy them. This is the band. I've been disturbed. Disturbed. And they've certainly disturbed me. I'm in the top of the charts with Billy B. Take Me to the River. I got number 2 with the Billy B band singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Raced into number 3, Disturbed. Got me an Ice Star in number 4, saying Have a Cup of Tea. That's the top 4 in the popular uploads. 3 of them belongs to me. But I cannot get the top 3 because of this lot. It disturbed me. And Disturbed Ice Star as well. He was just making another funny and he had to stop. Yeah, there he goes. Disturbed. And I promoted Status Quo and put them up to the top of the charts. And of course, now they're down at number 6 because Don Henley's pushed in the last couple of weeks with not enough love in the world. Yeah, not enough love in the world because Disturbed have taken it all. Sound of Silence. Modern Talking? Yes, if you want. We had Modern Romance here. Modern Talking was more American. And there's Modern Talking. It had several hits. Deep Purple, yes, a legendary band again. Deep Purple, the best, probably Smoke on the Water, but Black Knight and things like that in the early days were good. Strange Kind of Woman, there she is. Deep Purple. I always liked this band, used to play them a lot, especially with Arms Wide Open and things like that, and Sacrifice and One Last Breath. Creed. Always liked the short of Creed. Going back to the 60s with this one now. Britain's Answer, Donovan. Britain's Answer to Bob Dylan. You see country and folk, and Bob Dylan getting all the headlines and getting in our charts from America. So we got Donovan. Again, country folk artist. He had quite a lot of hits in England. Before he finished by the 70s, though. And another band that finished really by before the 70s, the Animals, come in 3 stages. The early Animals were great. But then came a split and came Eric Burdon and the Animals. And then in the 70s, well, Eric, off on his own, still left some other Animals. Well, I think they're still around, But there they are, the Animals on that side. Motorhead, That's just some more Motorhead there. And finally some more Smokey. Smokey on there. And Smokey, even more Smokey on there. Don't know whether I can clear it. You know, it's going to take some doing. I mean, there's still many, many more here. White Lion, mostly American and not had many hits here, but a lot of people in England do like some White Lion. They do like When the Children Cries and things like that. The slow rock songs, you know, is one of Britain's best bands in the 1970s. In fact, probably the leading band in the 1970s. Probably Slade. Slade hit up the hit up the hit up the hit up the hit, and had a few in America as well, but it's still going in the 80s. Sorry that he died in 1980, but imagine John Lennon had a few hits when he left the Beatles, several. Imagine Instant Karma. His band was the Plastic Ono Band. Instant Karma is going to get you cold turkey and them. Well, the lad had his cold turkey at Christmas. I mean, he was here, but of course it's gone now. American, really, and most of the hits are there, but some people here in my country have heard of the Grassroots. We have heard of Midnight Confessions, and that's Live for the Day. But there weren't great big hits here. A lot of American bands didn't have hits here. But we knew of the songs. It's just that we couldn't get them into the charts. Some people bought the song, they just couldn't get them in. There wasn't enough. Grassroots, American also, Spiral Staircase. They had one big hit. More today than yesterday. Wasn't a hit here again till later on. People thought, well, that was quite a nice song. Spiral Staircase. Police were another big band in the 70s, but it was later into the 70s. Don't think they were as big as Slade. No. But they started in the punk era, but as they expanded into the 80s, they were quite big. Police, again, mostly American, Tommy James and the Shondells, but they had a couple of hits over here, Hanky Panky and the other one, Morny Morny, and other artists covered that quite a lot. Billy Idol's got a version of that. Tommy James and the Shondells, another legend in his own time, and this is his final one. From 1958 to 2009, Michael Jackson, 50 years. Michael Jackson. More modern in the 2010s, but I think they've split up now and they call themselves Lady A, Lady Antebellum. In the 2010s, perhaps surfaced towards the end of the noughties. Rainbow were another very popular group in the 70s. Rainbow. They used to say Richie Blackmore's Rainbow as well later after the Chris Bonnet, you know. And one of the biggest bands in the 70s. Yeah, when counting Slade, I wouldn't be counting pop. I'd be counting rock. But counting pop, ABBA, of course, and they stretched into the 80s as well. And they've just returned this year to make a few more records, a bit more money, and another tour. And there they go, ABBA. And the 80s, the ones speaking to each other, but they're all right now. Two girls for the price of none. Now that must be the offer of the century. Two girls for the price of none. Who can I have today? Cyndi Lauper and Olivia Newton-John. Do you think they work very well together? There they are. Cyndi Lauper and Olivia Newton-John. Well, I don't think the two girls suit each other, you know. Olivia Newton-John, 70s, Cyndi Lauper more 80s, but I don't know. So there's Cyndi Lauper and Olivia Newton-John. The Cause, more popular in America than here, but they had some here, my best friend's girlfriend, I think. Linkin Park, we're now talking about the noughties into the 2010s and that. Linkin Park. In the 1960s, 1963, 1964, I'm talking about, this band was outselling the Beatles, outselling them. This was the leading band in the early days, in the very early days. With our early records, they sold millions here, and it charted in America as well. But then, of course, the Beatles very fast to take over, once they really got going. The band was TC 5, the Dave Clark 5. The first Glad All Over as a legend and bits and pieces and things that followed that. At the very height, they were very good. But as the 60s went on, the mellowed a bit. They couldn't get back level with the sales of the Beatles. Two Deep Purple for the price of none. That should be good. And I can see the little photograph up there. That's the very best of Deep Purple. Carly Simon. Well, why not? Come on the show anytime. Carly Simon. You're so vain. People over here remember You're So Vain probably as the best. It probably is the best. But there's other things like the right thing to do. Huh? Yes. More Oasis. It would be if you could see the picture. More Oasis. Time flies. This is 94 to 2009. Well, of course, 2009 is split up. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're quite big in the noughties as well. 90s, end the 90s, all the noughties. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Photograph of the dog, road tripping. Big in the 70s. Big in the 70s. This fella wrote a few songs in the 60s, which the Monkees did. Here he is, Neil Diamond. Hot August night, New York City. Neil Diamond. In the 70s. I Am, I Said. Foreigner and Chicago, because they both come from over there. Both on the price of one. Both on the one album. Creed again. The Doors, legendary. It must be here. Another one is legendary. Guns N' Roses, especially 90s Guns N' Roses. Sweet Child of Mine. The Rolling Stones, they're still rolling. There's Charlie on the end. They rolled away in the big box. In the big limousine. There he goes. There's the tongue. Very popular in the 80s and stretching into the 90s. What was wrong with the Eurythmics? Love is a Stranger. Sweet Dreams. Very big in the 60s. Called it Tamla Motown. Soul. The Four Tops. Definition. Definitive. And collection. The Four Tops. The best song they ever did was Reach Out, I'll Be There, but a lot of other songs that hit the charts in the 60s. Standing in the Shadows of Love, Bernadette, all them. They're still going in the 70s. They stopped getting hits, I think, by the 80s. This fella's coming up the charts, and I wish he would turn back because he's threatening me. Say me and Ice are at number 4 and he's at number 5. And we've got Disturbed the other way, so we cannot run. We're trapped in between the two of them. Very best of Don Henley. Not enough love in the world, but his great ones were Dirty Laundry and Boys of Summer. Last time I done Don, I sung Dirty Laundry for you. Some of it anyway. I can't do the whole lot. Got the words. They were popular for a little while because they did Slade songs. Quiet Riot. Come on, feel the noise, you do. And Slade done it, you know. Mama were all crazy. Now that was Slade. Quiet Riot. Let's have a quiet riot. Elvis Costello was popular as well. I like What's So Funny About Peace, Love and Understanding. I like the Brinsley Schwartz one first, though. But Elvis is okay. Elvis Costello, that. Stranglers, 2 stranglers for the price of 1. Peaches, golden brown, anything you like. Heroes. Bob Marley, 2 little birds. No woman, no cry. Just listen to Bob Marley. The Jam. I think I'm going underground in the city. I used to like down in the tube station at midnight. Whew, probably get stabbed. Rammstein. Although the biggest thing to come out of Germany, are probably not. It's Scorpions or there, but Rammstein, a band that sings in German, you know. I used to play Mutter and the other one, the one called Rammstein, you know. Oh, there's Rammstein. Supposed to be heavy metal and that. How many licks do you want? How many licks do you need? Rolling Stones, 40 licks. What is the average number of licks? 40? Some might need 50, some say I'll have 10. How many licks do you need? 40. That's the average number. 40 licks. Bruce Springsteen, here he is. Greatest hits. Born in the USA, of course. Things like that. Dancing in the Dark. Phil Collins, the only man who could get 3 in a row. One day, 3 albums popped up. Phil Collins, best. Phil Collins, very best. Phil Collins, collection. I thought, when's he going to stop? Yeah, there he is. The only man who got 3 from albums. It was only done once again, and that's when we done a list, and Bing Crosby turned up with 3. But it was from a list, and the list was compiled, you know, where Phil Collins got 3 straight albums coming one after the other. Because we're putting them in the ABC, you see. Well, I wish we could find them. Best of Nickelback. Whatever happened to them? People said they were one of the best new bands in the early 2000s and that. And in the 80s, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were famous. I think I'm coming to an end. I'm going to have to come to an end. I've got just a few more on my desk here. Nazareth. I only intended to do the 3 hours. Nazareth have many nice songs. Rock, slow rock. Yeah. And on there, I like a lot, you know, especially the one I latched onto in the 70s, you know. Broken Down Angel, His Flight Tonight, like Gone Dead Train. Beach Boys, yes, in the 60s. And there they are, in the Beach Boys jackets. The very best of the Beach Boys. Big Country was quite well known, Scottish band in the 80s, and had Fields of Fire in a Big Country. Look Away, I think, and quite popular in this country. And the last one I've got here is they were a big band. They were compared with Oasis at one time in the British Challenge, Oasis versus Blur. That took place in the 90s. Oasis won. Blur. Girls and Boys is on there. Beetlebum, Park Life, Blur. And that's it. And Blur was live in 2009 there. And that's it. I think I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Fungi. Right, that's it. I've answered that subject. That's it for the day, then I'll see you again tomorrow on another William Live show. We'll get back to the normal way, I think, soon. But by the normal way, we'll kind of get you all on. So we're in a trap. We're in a trap in the charts as well. They got Disturbed at 3, Millionaire Star at 4, but Don's backing up behind us, so we're kind of stuck. Will we make it through? We'll know by next year. Bye bye from the day. Bye bye. Thank you very much.